Okay, boys and girls, so as you know, we're finished our novel, The Butterfly Lion, and I hope you liked it. We are going to now write our book report, just like we did for the Giggler treatment last year and Tales of a Fourth Grade Nothing Before Christmas, okay? So, I think that you're familiar with the type of book report that I like to do. So I like to do a book report on an A3 page, a big page, okay? Now, not all of you are going to have that type of page at home. Don't worry if you don't, okay? I'm going to talk you through some options. First of all, though, we're going to talk about the content of the book report because it is English work after all, and we want to show off our best English. That's very important, okay? So I've written out here some of the ideas for you, okay? The different topics that you can do. Um, these are just some suggestions, okay? If you have some more ideas, that's brilliant. I love when you are creative, okay? So I would always start off by writing the heading of the book. Maybe you want to do it in an artistic way. So the butterfly line with capital letters, name the author and name the illustrator, okay? Check the spellings on the title of the book. You don't have the book, you can search it on Google, okay? Now, so the different sections that I included were about the author. We have a comprehension sheet on Michael Morpurgo. Please don't just copy it word from word. Read over it and write a few sentences about the author, okay? The plot of the story. Now, as the book reports are not going to be on the wall, if you want to tell what happens in the beginning, the middle of, and the end of the story, that's okay. I didn't let you do that before because I didn't want other classes reading it, but this time it's okay. Or you can do like what we did before and just give a general idea of the plot, but don't give away any of the secrets. Then the settings. I didn't write setting because we all know there are a number of settings in this novel, so you could describe each of the main settings, okay? And if you wanted to, you could do a little piece on my favorite setting. And then you need to describe the main characters or state who they are and their relationship to each other. For example, the narrator, a young boy who escapes from his boarding school. Millie, an old lady who he meets when he escapes from the school. Bertie, Millie's friend, okay? The white lion, Bertie's pet lion, etc. Then you can do a section about your favorite character. Now, I would avoid doing the lion, boys and girls, okay? I know you all love the lion, but we really don't get a sense of the lion's personality. The lion doesn't talk. So I would avoid doing using the lion as your favorite character. You can do a separate section about the lion and describe the lion, okay? Maybe you want to write about real life white lions. You could go back and look at the video and again, write a few sentences, or you could search them on Google. Do not copy word for word. I can spot straight away when you do that, okay? So read it over and write 3 or 4 sentences in your own words. Read over them to make sure they make sense. Put in capital letters, full stops, etc. Okay? Some other things I said you could write about your favorite chapter. Okay, then there's no point in saying my favorite chapter and writing the title. You need to say the title and then give an explanation about why it's your favorite chapter or what happens in the chapter. Okay? Another bit that's similar is my favorite scene, my favorite part of the story. My favorite scene was when Millie and Bertie walked into Monsieur Merlot's bedroom and realized that the lion jumped towards them to welcome them, something like that, okay? You could do a section about life in a boarding school, about how it's different to normal school. You could do a section about World War I if you wanted. You could look up some of the details and again, just write a few sentences about World War I. Maybe who was fighting in World War I, when did it take place, maybe how many people died, because that's that's a very sad part of war, is the amount of casualties. Okay, you could maybe do a section about circus animals. Now look, you don't need to do all of these sections, I'm just giving you ideas. Then some interesting things might be this book. I think that this book would make a great movie because, and finish that sentence. Okay, you could even suggest some actors if you know some famous actors who you think would be good in that movie. I like the book because, or I like the butterfly line because, or if you don't like it, I don't like the butterfly line because. I don't know how you can't like it. I love this book. But of course, everyone has their own opinion. Okay, then you can give it your star rating. I would give this book 5 out of 5 stars because I would recommend this book to children of all ages all over the world. Because it is a universal story of love and friendship, something like that. Okay, now very important, illustrations. You need to illustrate your book report. Okay, I don't want any book reports that don't have illustrations. I think I said to you at some point, I said, do a picture of, and save it to use in your book report later on. So look back over everything you've done on the butterfly line, and you might have something that you can use. Okay, I want everybody to have at least 2 illustrations. Okay, you can have many more if you want. And down here I said, remember, do a rough draft. That means when you're going to do, for example, my favorite character, write it out. Okay, so just write it out as you think it. Then read over it. Read every little bit. Make sure you've included full stops, capital letters. Make sure that it makes sense. If it doesn't sound right when you read it out loud, that means it's not right. You've either neglected to put in punctuation, or you've written words that don't make sense. Okay? Say out loud what you would like to say, and then write it down. Then read it out loud and see, does it sound right? If it doesn't sound right, you need to change it. Okay? You can use conjunctions to join 2 short sentences together, but please don't have 20 short sentences together and then a full stop at the end. No, please use your punctuation. You're at the end of year 4 now. You should be ready. Okay, almost ready for year 5. So please use capital letters and full stops. Okay, read over it and check it. So once you have done your rough draft for my favorite character, you can write it out nice and neatly, depending on how you want to display it. Okay, so displaying it, you can use a big piece of paper. If you have a big piece of paper, brilliant. If it's colourful, great, okay? If you would like to, you could make a booklet. So lots of smaller pieces of paper, add it together in a booklet. Lovely, okay? If you would like to do a PowerPoint, and I am putting strict conditions on this. If you would like to do a PowerPoint, great. But I want you to spend the time on the English. Whenever I say do a PowerPoint, I get lovely PowerPoints back, but it's obvious that people have spent time on adding illustration, adding pictures, making cool transitions, and they haven't focused on the writing. If you are doing a PowerPoint, you need to have lots of sections, just like everybody else. You need to have included capital letters and punctuation. You need to have read over it to make sure it makes sense, okay? You need to have the same type of headings as you would on a paper project, right? So if you would like to do a PowerPoint, that's okay. But it means that the standard of your English has to be good. It can't slip, okay? And you need to have at least like 10 sections. So that'd be 10 slides. And once you have them, then of course you can add transitions and make it look really cool, okay? So if you have any other ideas as well, you can let me know. But this video has been very long. I'm very sorry. It's 10 minutes long. I'll put up a picture of the rules on the front of the video, so you have it then, okay? But you have until, what did I say? Until we get back after the midterm break. So we're in school next Monday, then we have no school. So I'd say get started on it today. Do some work every day. You could do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sorry, not Monday. Today is Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, 4 days. then you could be done, okay? Or if you want to make it really long, because some people are into doing these things, you could do a bit over the holidays as well. Okay, off you go. Best of luck.